The New York Yankees may have just broke baseball. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Bad for Baseball, the baddest baseball podcast on the internet, presented to you by Betway. I'm Adam Peddle, joined alongside by Nicholas Playalog. New torpedo bats are taking over baseball right now. It's causing a lot of stir. A lot of people didn't even know that this was legal in the Yankees. They whipped them out on the opening day weekend, and they hit a lot of homers, hit a lot of slug, and maybe some other teams might implement this into their clubhouse. Before we get into it, though, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Bad for Baseball. So, torpedo bats, Yankees, they go out and they absolutely dominate the Milwaukee Brewers, a good ball team with a good pitching staff, but those torpedo bats put up 36 runs in the first 3 games.
Well, no one would be talking about this had they not hit the MLB record now, 15 bombs in 3 games. That's a lot, everybody. That is a lot of home runs to be hitting. We got the slugging percentages, the overall team stats for you. And as you can see, the New York Yankees are head and tails above everybody else. Now, let's be very clear. We're talking about a 3-game sample size right now. So, I mean, like, these numbers could drop tremendously, you know, if they go over in the next 2 days or what have you. But point being, they are absolutely destroying the baseball. And, of course, whenever anybody tries anything new, right, whether it be a new batter, you know, a new batting stance or something, and then they see good results, people are going to start to question it. And that is what's happening right now. You get the torpedo bats coming in. It looks a little funky. You got the Yankees out here hitting 15 bombs as a squad and then putting up 36 on Milwaukee. And everybody's like, cheater, what's going on?
I know, but here's the thing. This is completely legal, guys. There's a certain dimension that they have to meet, and this is completely legal. Now, this is the thought behind the New York Yankees using the torpedo bats. In a specific case with Anthony Volpe, now this is Jazz Chisholm, who actually had a few homers this weekend. Just a little sidebar here. He had, I believe it was 3 home runs. Yeah,
Holy
3 home
shit.
runs. 3 home runs this weekend. So Jazz Chisholm was definitely putting up a decent amount of numbers. Now Anthony Volpe's case, the reason why they're putting all the weight in this torpedo bat near the label rather than distributed evenly along the whole bat is Anthony Volpe gets jammed on the label right there quite a lot. So why not shift the most heaviest part of the bat towards the label to create the most pop out of that? And he also hit a homer and did pretty good this weekend. So that could be a way for him to, rather than trying to correct his swing naturally, right now he's developed it his entire life, he gets jammed a lot, why not give himself a little bit of an advantage? However, there's also a disadvantage that, well, if he hits it off the end of the bat, there'll be less contact. So he's just choosing his weapon right here, and I think he's choosing it good.
Look, for me, I actually kind of love this, right? And I know that there's some people out there that are really upset about this, up in arms, thinking that the Yankees are, you know, finagling something. I mean, they're playing well within the rules right now.
Yeah.
You know, they're going based on the rule book. I think about a sport like Formula One, and in Formula One, I mean, you can concoct your car however you want. They could theoretically toss out a Toyota Corolla out there and, you know, roll that thing out. And if it goes, you know, 300 kilometers per hour, then, I mean, all credit to you. But, like, you get to concoct your car however you want within a rule set. Now, a lot of the times the cars end up being very similar, but they do have some minute differences amongst all of them, and I think that that's what you're seeing right now here in baseball. I would also argue that this adds a little bit of a sense of individuality, right? Like, if you're that type of guy that, like Anthony Volpe, gets jammed a bit more than you'd want to, you've been playing baseball now for 25 years of your life, so you could theoretically, you know, go through the offseason and try to work that out and get that out. Or you could say to yourself, you know what? I've been doing this for 25 years right now. I'm pretty good at getting jammed. Maybe I'll try to make it work to my advantage.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing right now. And honestly, like, I'm here for it.
Bro, I just thought of it this way. I played a whole season of golf last year, and I'm a lefty, so I aimed all the way to the right on all of my drives, and what happened, 80% of the time, they would slice right back in. It's a bad part of my game that I ended up using to try and help me, you know, have a better score on the golf course. But it's honestly, you could argue it's a similar thing. Well, if you're getting jammed, you might as well play to it, right? And again, this doesn't mean that torpedo bats are necessarily good for every single player. Aaron Judge, who hit 4 home runs. I mean, that guy's an absolute monster. He's been hitting home runs his entire career. He doesn't use a torpedo bat.
Right.
He's just better with that kind of stick. And on the Mets case scenario, Mets had a rough weekend. But on the Mets, This is a guy who uses a torpedo bat. Frankie Lindor goes 0 for 11 to start the season. You know, if we're going to overreact to over a 12 at-bat sample size on the Yankees for some of these guys, let's overreact for this guy. The torpedo bat doesn't work for Frankie Lindor. It's all just because they had Michael Kay on the Yes Network point out the torpedo bat after they start hitting all these homers is why it's getting so much buzz. It's been around. Ketel Marte's used it his entire career.
That's exactly, what I'm saying, right? It's because, you had these guys go out and do something historic on the weekend, and then, yes, there was also, light made to it by Michael Kay, and now everyone's like, oh, my God, this is a new thing that's going crazy. Now, apparently this has been around, folks. Like, this has been around. So, whilst the New York Yankees are breaking, quote-unquote breaking baseball right now, this has been something that's happening. Now, the one thing that I will say that I think is honestly a bigger takeaway is less about them using the torpedo bats and more about this Yankees team going out against Milwaukee and hitting 15 goddamn bombs. I mean, we were concerned after they lost Juan Soto, right, that that offense, other than Aaron Judge, would maybe take a little bit of a step back. That is clearly not the case at all. So honestly, like, you want to talk about them breaking baseball, how about putting up, 20 to 9 or, doing all that shit?
Yeah, I mean, like Freddie Peralta in his debut on opening day, 5 innings, 2 earned runs. It's not bad for opening day, but this was the big one here, guys. Against his former team, Nestor Cortez.
Embarrassing.
Back-to-back-to-back pitches. Gives up 3 home runs. Total was 8, 2 innings pitched. Man, poor Nestor Cortez. People said he was a sleeper agent over there just helping the New York Yankees.
Well, then it's funnily enough, then you get Connor Thomas coming in here for 2 innings, trying to pick the pieces
trying to pick it up, yeah.
And then also gives up 8 earned runs. Like,
right.
What a horrendous start there from the Milwaukee Brewers. And I mean, I just think that, and a lot of people are taking away the credit right now to the New York Yankees because of these torpedo bats. I give them all the credit in the world, right? Like, you lost Juan Soto this offseason, and then you came out, and in your first 3-game series, you went and you did something historic with the torpedo bat, without the torpedo bat. I mean, like, this to me shows that the New York Yankees, like, they have turned the page. They are looking at this season anew, and honestly, like, I gained a lot of respect for them this weekend, and knowing that they are going to be. I always knew that they were going to be good. Yeah. But it feels like, okay, some of those doubts that I might have had creeping in, maybe I can put them to rest for a little while.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, if you want to bet on the New York Yankees, you can go check out Betway. Hit your picks and knock it out of the park with Betway. Scan the QR code right on the screen. They don't have a game today, but they will have a game tomorrow, and you can certainly bet on home runs. I mean, I'd be betting on the over in runs scored until proven otherwise.
Pretty much the over in any capacity, dude. And I think that this just also goes to prove that the AL East is truly going to be the AL Beast, because if they are playing like this and Boston is, who we expect them to be, Baltimore was also pretty close to the New York Yankees when it came to slugging home runs this past weekend. So it's going to be one hell of a division, dude, torpedo bat or not.
Absolutely. Guys, so let us know your thoughts in the comments down below on our YouTube channel. Hit that like button, subscribe to Bad for Baseball, and we'll catch you next time.
Cheers.